right, guys, let's go over last week's watch list and what's coming for this new week. It starts with Monday for options. I'm not gonna really go much over the future side because it kind of deviates away too much from the strategy that I'm trying to focus on here with options, and that's basically high probability setups with trend lines and reversal candlesticks with bullish divergence of the RSI and the MACD. So let's start out with Marriott. Oh, give me 1 second. Let me pull this ticker portion up. Where is it? Crosshair, watermark, ticker. There we go. That should bring it up. Okay, so Marriott, ticker is MAR. I think last week was when I first brought this to your attention. So the reason why I'm watching this is because like all the touches of this trend line resistance, right? We have over 3, and generally when you get a break of the like on the 4th touch, like a breakout, it tends to run, but no entry on this is yet, so still watching. Oracle, I did not get an entry on. There was a day trade that I took on this that was successful, but in terms of a swing, no. I caught a piece of this move and then sold it, so basically just sitting waiting for this to retrace. And the overall market was having a pullback, which is healthy, so all the stocks were basically coming down. No need to panic. Right now I'm watching this because it's back in the Fibonacci, the golden pocket between the 0.5 and the 0.61, so that's down here, but not top priority right now. This is from last week's watch. Next one is AVGO. No entry on this as yet. It's been pulling back slightly. I've been watching it since this doji form, but now we're in this gap area. I don't know if it's gonna fill the entire thing before we go up. I'm just waiting for more price action to basically give me a signal to tell me where to go with it. Still watching, no entry. DE has bullish divergence on the MACD and the RSI. We're also within this little wedge triangle-ish pattern going down. No entry on this one. So still waiting for that to take off. Waste management was another one. I missed the entry on this. I think I was at my 9 to 5 when it happened, and I'm not really a fan of chasing price action. It's burned me too much. I did that on CrowdStrike. Yeah, I FOMO'd in, and it was a very difficult trade to manage because of how emotional it made me with the drawdown. So if I don't get the optimal entry, I will not be getting into this, and that would be a retest of this resistance now turns support. KO, no entry here, but it's starting to look good. We have divergence on the RSI and MACD. We also swept under this level. We're in this gap that we're trying to fill, so we will see when this will actually create a higher high and stop making lower highs and lower lows. No entry on that. TJX, I intentionally did not take this flag trade because when I pulled up the options, chain and looked at the spreads, the bid and ask, they were way too wide, and if I'd entered with even the starter position, I would be down like a couple $100, I think, and I didn't like that, so I did not take this flag even though it is one of my A+ setups. So this one I'm just gonna let it go. It's okay. There will always be another trade. AMD, this trade did break out, but I didn't catch the retest of it. I was trading futures at the time when this happened, and it's not always good to be watching too many trades, but it looked like it would have been a winner. Could have entered on the test of this support that was previously resistance. Not going to enter this because that's pretty much chasing. It's all good. PYPL. PayPal, I did not get an entry on. I see that we're like consolidating here, and I was wondering if this was like a power of 3 type of situation where it would consolidate, manipulate, and then continue for the move that it's trying to make. Not really a high watch for me anymore. It's just not moving the way I would like it to, and I can use my attention span and power on something else. BA was similar to PayPal. Power of 3, consolidation, manipulation. The problem with this one is that it gapped up in pre-market when you can't trade options. So I was watching it. I was up at like 5 a.m. watching this, right? And it just shot up, right? And it basically shot up and started hitting like take profit levels, like TP. So it made it to my second TP, and I was thinking that it would come back down and retest this level here, but instead it looks like it was trying to retest these, which is like this support back here. But it's all good. So no longer interested in that unless it comes down to a better entry price down here. Disney, I spoke about briefly. I'm not touching this just because it's too news driven, and I don't know if it's bullish or bearish. They fired a talk show host, then they brought him back. There's all kinds of controversy. So this one, I'm just gonna let the gods figure out what to do with it. I will not be participating though. UNH, another A+ setup that I missed. Rise in stock price, flag, and then breakout. I gave this to my friends. I'm not sure if any of them took it, but I was not in it, unfortunately. A lot of missed trades this week for me because, you know, life is busy, especially with kids and family, but still plenty of opportunity. Salesforce, we see that we tapped here, and we tapped. So 4 touches of a trend line. The RSI is showing divergence, so we'll see if this is able to actually break out. I would look to swing this back into these highs because there's nothing but room here for this to go up if we can clear this resistance level. So still on watch. I believe those are the only ones from last week. You can always go back and just look at price action on your own to figure out what's going on there. For this week, I have a couple of A+ setups that I'm really excited about. So this is Under Armour, and this is another one that I've been watching for a little while now. Let's see. No, let's do weeks. So 1, 2, 3. So 3, 4, 5, 6. This took 6 weeks to form, right? And now I'm finally seeing some action on it. So it has bullish divergence on the RSI and MACD. It has a bullish candlestick, very large body, and accompanied by bullish volume. It's in a wedge, right? Or I mean, it's not like the type of wedge that I really like. I like my wedge patterns to form more like this. But I have seen where they would develop in this manner and then still break out to the upside. So watching for a breakout of this this trend line, possibly take an entry above 5.10 to, you know, TP, partial sell, full sell, maybe whole one runner. I'm not really sure. It depends on what my P&L looks like when we get back up here. So maybe 10 contracts, depending on how much they cost, so that I can scale out. So that's my first A+ that I see. This bad boy looks really good. No, not that. Hide my drawings. Look at this candle. This is a hammer. 100% a hammer. The only issue I have with this is that we have this shaded white area. This entire thing is a gap, but we tapped in it, and look at all the buy-in pressure that pushed this candle to close back up here. So I'm looking to take Nike to the long side, so calls above 69 point, let's just say 69.55. Let's get above 69.50 to buy calls, and then we will try to scale out closer to 72.45. This would be one of my first TP levels. These are all swing trades that I'm showing too. It's hard to do this with day trades because I'm charting on a higher time frame. So that's what I would do here. So this would be my first TP. Okay, and then so yeah, that's what I'm waiting for that. I love that candle, by the way. It's one of my favorite candles to trade, a hammer. You can enter at the break above the hammer, and if you're feeling like trading it the way that it's supposed to be traded per textbook, your stop would be underneath the hammer itself. Once it breaks under the hammer, this candle is no longer valid as a bullish candle. So I recommend, if your account is small, you don't take too many contracts so that you can withstand the drawdown until your stop loss is hit and not make irrational emotional decisions. Okay. PRGS, I need to look at the financials of this company, but one of the people I trade with sent it to me in a text message because it wasn't something I found on my own. I wish I found it when this candle right here, this green hammer candle, had formed, because you best believe I would have taken an entry right above it here, stop loss here. Didn't see it, but it's fine. So hammer candle, bullish candle, we closed bullish, we're in a wedge. There is bullish divergence on the RSI and MACD. So how many things, how many confluences do we have here? We have the wedge, we have the hammer, we have something looking almost like a morning star, I think. I don't remember it. I'd have to go look at the chart pattern. And then we have divergence. So when you start having 2, 3, 4 confluences telling you the same thing, you need to pay attention to the chart and try to trade it as best as possible. Let me see where our 21, all right, our 21 MA is all the way up there. So yes, this is another A+ setup, top watch for me. That Chewy chart looks almost similar to this, I think. And that thing ran over like 400% or 500%. I did not catch all of that though, because I don't have the testicular fortitude to hold trades that long. I'm trying to work on that for sure. So breakout level would be above here. So I'm looking to go long at 41.23. But if I can get a pullback above, what is it, 41.23, if we can get a pullback into this candle here, I would prefer to get an entry somewhere lower, because again, your R&R, your risk to reward is just way better at that point. So lower time frame support almost looks like it's flagging on the 30. Is that a flag? No, it's not a flag. Yeah, so if I can get a pullback, fine. If not, I'm going to take the breakout of this resistance and this descending trend line, which is also resistance. So 2 resistance lines that it would have to cross. Ideal, let's see what's this. Oh, that's funny. 42.50. Let's go long here. I see this resistance level back here, and it's at the 0.5 level, so I like that. Yeah. So a break of this level, and I'll go long. A+ setup. What's my next one? My next one, I traded this before. This is Wingstop. Wingstop is oversold on the RSI. I believe it's in the 20s, which is that generally when you see things like, look at this. When you get to 30, that's considered oversold. Look where we're at right now. We're at 26. This is going to turn around, my friend. I'm not asking you. It's not if. It's a simply when, and it looks like the when is now. So let me get rid of this risk to reward tool. This is the daily chart. So this looks hammerish to me. People don't like when there's a wick on top, but I feel like this is a hammer. So I'm going to take a trade at the breakout of this level. Depending on how expensive the contracts are, it might be 1 or 2. I don't want to be too heavy. And then my stop will be below the descending support. My TPs are basically here, low, high, low, high. Oh yeah, here's another one. This is another one. This looks like it could be a significant run or two. So A+ setup, waiting for that to trigger. It might be this Monday, if not Tuesday, the latest. Also look at the volume accompanying the doji candle. So bullish doji, bullish volume. We're at a level of support. This consolidation back here was basically a monthly order block, right? There's an order block back here. We tapped into it. Now we're going back up. So definitely support. I'm ready to take this higher. This monthly chart. So here's the order block, the last red candle before the impulsive up move. That's what that is. Weekly consolidation. Yeah, I like this setup. What time is it? All right, 17 minutes. Let me hurry up. Another setup I like is Intuit. It looks like it's flagging, or you can call this just an accumulation pattern. This could be a continuation for higher. I would love to end, if this breaks down, I will look for an entry at some support level, maybe this order block, this daily order block here. But my preference so far is to take this to the long side. I don't know if you guys notice, I love trading to the upside. I don't do well for some reason on reversals. From the top to the bottom, I've been getting burned on them often. So I would prefer to trade this long, but it's all good. So bull flag, A+ setup, that's what I'm looking for. A breakout of the flag, or you can wait for the breakout, then a retest and get in there. I think that's all. No, one more. Lockheed Martin. Now, look at this thing. We are in a bullish rising channel that has bearish implications, right? When they break pretty violently to the downside. It's kind of like the same as trading a channel, because this is a channel, right? Like it's going that way, right? And price is in between it. So a bearish channel would be like this, but when price stays between them, right, they eventually break to the upside, they'll retest and go higher. So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. But the reason why it interests me, right, look, so we're at resistance. Like you see these resistance levels back here. So here's one, stock price drops, right? Another touch, we drop. Another touch, we drop. Touch, we drop, right? And then finally we broke down. Now we're back up here again. More than likely the sellers are still sitting here to basically push the stock price down one more time or multiple times. And if that's not enough that we're at this level of resistance, look at the candles that are being printed. So we have this shooting stars burn out. That's where it gets its name. So they fall, right? So we have the shooting star, then we have a bearish engulfing candle, strong body, then we have an indecision doji at resistance. All of these are telling you the same thing. Stock price is going to come down. Look at the volume, all red. So bearish volume, 3 candles that have bearish implications, and we're at resistance. I would be a fool to not try to trade this. I'm going to buy puts on this. I might get smoked, but it is what it is. What else? I believe that's all I have for the watch list for Monday. The rest of these, so Amazon, I'm looking to swing trade, but I needed to get back to our 200 moving average here. Out of all the large cap tech companies, Amazon is lagging. Amazon is undervalued currently, so I think it's down like 10% from its most recent higher high or all-time high. Let's see. So let's just say it's 9.3% down. I'm buying shares of this, right, as it comes down, and when we hit this 200 MA, I want to see a candle like this one. This last candle that was formed on Nike. I want to see something like this that tells me that there's buying pressure at that level. So on watch for equity shares to buy, and then also to swing trade with options to the upside. That's why I'm watching Amazon. I told you about Lockheed Martin. Target hasn't really given me an entry as yet. ARM, why am I watching ARM? Oh, ARM is getting close to its 200 MA too, so on watch. AVGO, I told you no entry. CRM, we talked about another one. AMAT, I missed this trade. I don't know what I was doing, man. I just missed like some good stuff when I'm not paying attention. So in the morning, it didn't break out. I stopped watching it. Somewhere in the afternoon, it just breaks out. Candle closes above green, and it just takes off. I can't buy this up here. This is 100% chasing. So if we retest the pre-market high, I could get in here. Google on a daily chart showed me a candle, one of my favorite candles, this bullish candle, opened higher, but sellers pushed it down. Overall market was weak. There's a fair value gap here on the daily, so didn't close that strong. ADP is in this little like cup and handle formation pattern. We'll see what it does. Costco, I'm buying shares on because it fell after earnings. Lilly, I tried to short Lilly or buy puts on Lilly because it looks like Lockheed Martin, right? We got to the resistance that's here with these candles. We printed a bearish candle, bullish, bearish engulfing, and I entered on one of the tries and it stopped me out and I got fed up and I stopped. But look at the now we have this candle with this one in the inside of it, right? So this looks like a bullish harami cross. This could technically go back to the upside, right? So a break above this doji with resistance being here, it could go higher, but I would pay more attention to the first ones on the list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just say 7, because ARM looks kind of nice too. So the first 7 that I talked about. I think that's all that I'm watching for next week. And futures, I've been trading futures a lot. I'll give an update on this with the account soon as I get all my playbooks sorted out and how I trade these, because it's slightly different. It looks as if gold is kind of like flagging right now too. So at 3 p.m., which is in another, 22 minutes, I'm going to try this to the long side. We got decent volume, uptrend. We shall see, but I don't want to make this too much longer, so that's pretty much it.